Before we get this video started, I want to catch everybody up to speed really quick. So if you're tuned in, we last put out a video of a yellow RX-8 had a completely blown clutch, and we replaced it, and now it works perfectly. Like, it drives well, the compression's good, everything was amazing on that car. We were ready to kind of make it our own for my wife. But in this video, you're gonna find out that that didn't last very long, because again, as you've seen the title, we picked up a very clean 97 true Kouki 240SX. We couldn't be more excited for it. Like I said, we are kind of sad that the RX-8 had to go. We couldn't keep both RX-8s and get this 240. Backstory on the 240, it's actually from one of my really good friends, Brandon. I'll put his Instagram tag. Him and his wife both had S14s. She was looking to sell it, and I mean, there was no hesitation. We were ready to pick that up, and we made it work. So the yellow RX-8 is gone. The red RX-8 is still here. I had to put this on hold. The intention of this one was to still work on a rotary, and I'm gonna use this as a daily. But now we have two beautiful S14s. And in its current state, she's already lowered and has my spare RPF ones, which is not gonna stay. We ended up picking up some, just inexpensive lowering springs. I think they're iBox. And again, these are my RPF ones, so we're eventually gonna switch out these wheels for something else that my wife wants. So, but for now, just so she looks pretty in the garage, I couldn't help it. So we'll dive a little bit more into the car after these clips that we took on the day that we picked her up. Nope. Okay, he's just gonna start it. This was a couple months ago, so this footage is a little old. I think before the new year. And in its current state, she's already lowered and has my spare RPF ones, which is not gonna stay. We ended up picking up some, just inexpensive lowering springs. I think they're iBox. And again, these are my RPF ones, so we're eventually gonna switch out these wheels for something else that my wife wants. So, but for now, just so she looks pretty in the garage, I couldn't help it. And it's kind of funny because we literally had this car for not even 24 hours, and we had to lower it on the springs. So keep your hand away from any part where you can squeeze. Last
Hold
one.
it.
No, last one. Oh yeah. He remembered I was testing you. Alright, we got it. Perfect. Go ahead and do this part. Perfect. There we go. The other one should be easy. More. There we go. It's in. She is super clean. I mean, underneath the car, literally no rust. Body's completely straight. It's not perfect. I mean, you gotta remember, this is still almost, you know, a 25-year-old car. Couple things. I think the worst part on the body, I don't know what that is. The worst part on the body is right here. Turned in too sharp and then hit some kind of like a, I don't know, something in the garage or something, because it doesn't look like, the only part where it hit through the paint is in here. So I might be able to pull this out a little bit, and a little bit on the door. The door doesn't look as bad as this rear quarter panel, but not too bad. But that's pretty much it. Even the stock fender, the rear fenders are not even rolled. So they are completely factory. Same thing with the front. So the front hasn't been rolled or anything like that. Front end, little stuff here where the license plate used to go, and also this lip looks like it cracked right here. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do with that. But overall, I mean, she looks good. And also the bumper, I don't know if I'm gonna want to run the actual JDM Kouki bumper where it has that lip on the back. I kind of like it with that cleaner look, kind of like my 95, but that's kind of up in the air too. Again, a lot of this is going to be up to my wife, because this is essentially her build. It's our car, but kind of her vision, because since I have mine still, which again, I'm gonna have an update on that soon. It's almost there. We're just waiting for a couple more parts, big parts like the transmission and whatnot. But interior, if you can tell, super clean, but right off the bat, you're already gonna see it. It's the shifter here. Yep, she's automatic, which is okay, because eventually we will find a manual transmission and more content for the channel. We'll go ahead and swap that to a 5-speed. Rear seats are intact, all interior is intact. If you look, I mean, getting little scratches here and there, but nothing too crazy. Door panels are super clean. And then the cluster has that Kouki problem. If you look it up, there's a known issue on the RPM tack where it goes out. I already tried fixing it, didn't work, so I'm gonna have to find a replacement. I did put, since I had it open, I put a little Nismo sticker just to see what it looks like, and I think that looks pretty dope. But yeah, so interior, pretty much stock, everything's stock. And then everybody's asking too if I'm gonna get Kouki lights for mine, but I kind of like my 95 lights, and now that we have this, now I don't really have a reason to switch it out, because when I painted the 95 lights, I think they look really good too. So let me show you guys the engine bay. All right, and stock KA. If you look, super clean. I love that. Literally everything is stock. It does have AC, which is good. I live in Washington, so we don't really need it a lot, but it is nice when those days get, you know, closer to 90. But if you look, I mean, obviously a little dirty, but as far as old as she is, I'd say this is a clean KA S14 engine bay, that's for sure. I thought it was SC at first because of this sunroof, but it actually happens to be an aftermarket sunroof that they put in here. So a lot of these things, it being a base and also you know, the aftermarket sunroof, a lot of people would kind of cringe at the fact of modifying anything on this car and not leaving it original. But if it was a stock SE, all original, yes, maybe we'd leave alone. But even then, we want to drive the car, we want to enjoy it, we want to make it our own. So those type of things, it being a base, it having that sunroof, it doesn't hurt our feelings too bad that we're going to be, you know, changing out the steering wheel and manual swapping it, and, you know, eventually motor swapping it later and adding, you know, little bits here and there. All right, well, as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, thank you to Brandon for hitting me up and hooking us up with this beautiful S14. So in the future videos, I'm gonna finish that RB swap and throwing that into my S14 so that we can get this channel rocking with more content, and I can finally enjoy this RB. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video. Later.